If you like a good movie and love a tasty treat, you could win one of 3 HD flat screen TVs. This is your chance to snack, watch, and win. Buy a 3-pack of Act 2 popcorn or a 10-ounce Crunch and Munch, plus a Hershey's milk chocolate or cookies and cream bar. Write your name and number on the back of the receipt. Drop it off at Pritchard's, Robinson Road, or Caleb Bahamas, Marathon Mall. Then order a movie from Rev TV On Demand, Channel 500, for your chance to snack, watch, and win. Enter today. Promotion ends August 30th.
A man found floating in the South Beach Canal. NB12 was the only news team there as divers retrieved his lifeless body.
We tried to retrieve the body yesterday.
The Bahamas bashed by U.S. officials for the repatriation of 24 Cubans. The government fires back. More tourists robbed while at the beach. They say crime is hurting the country's tourism product.
Well, if I speak even today to 10 people about the Bahamas, at least 3 of them are going to have something bad to say.
And the global battle of the bands back for a second year.
Be a part of this fantastic event.
We've got those stories and much more for you tonight. I'm Nakia DeVoe, and this is NB12 Weekend. Everyone, thanks for joining us this Sunday for NB12 Weekend. The body of a man found in the South Beach Canal Saturday evening spent the night in those waters as conditions prevented police from removing the body early this morning. Officers returned to the scene with divers and Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers for a second attempt. Our Christina McNeil was there as the body was retrieved. You'll only see this on NB12.
It's still unclear what led to the death of a man pulled from the waters of the South Beach Canal this morning.
Ready?
Officer in charge of the Southeastern Division, Assistant Superintendent Kipling Roll, says a tip led police to the body, found at the bottom of the canal nearly 2 miles from the main road.
Officers came and we tried to retrieve the body yesterday, but due to weather conditions, we were unable to. So we returned this morning, and we had divers from the police fire department came and they retrieved the body.
The body appeared to be standing on the muddy bottom of the canal. It took 2 divers with the help of a team on shore to pull the body to land. Roll says based on his initial assessment, the body had not been in the water for very long.
Well, the body is a body of a black male, clad in a black short pants. It appears that it might have been there maybe overnight. We don't see any sign of any trauma to the body at this stage.
Divers continued to comb the waters after the body was secured, searching for anything that may give investigators a clue as to who the man is and what happened to him. Earlier this week, Defense Force officers were on the hunt for a number of Haitian migrants who attempted to make it to shore in the South Beach area. We asked Roll if it was possible the unidentified man was part of that group.
It's possible, but we cannot say for sure. We'll have to continue our investigations into this matter.
Roll was unable to say how old the man appeared to be. Police investigations continue. Reporting for NB12, I'm Christina McNeil.
In other news, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration Fred Mitchell responding to what he calls a lot of misinformation in the public domain regarding the detention and repatriation of Cuban migrants. Now, U.S. legislators bashed the government in a recent Miami Herald article claiming that the government chose to send Cubans back to their country despite an asylum offer from the Panamanian government. They called the deportation exercise unconscionable, outrageous, and heartless. However, Mitchell says there was no offer.
There is no offer from Panama to take 19 asylum seekers from the Bahamas, contrary to what has been published in the public domain. We have formally asked Panama for a formal explanation of what we have read in the press.
24 Cuban nationals were repatriated to their home country on Friday, making a total of 64 Cubans repatriated so far this year. Mitchell said that 20 more Cubans will be returned shortly. He said there are more than a dozen Cuban migrants here in the Bahamas who will not be sent home.
18 Cubans who have been adjudged to have asylum status. 10 of those appear to have been accepted by the United States, and 8 appear to be eligible to go to third countries. So if Panama makes an offer for the 8 of them, then they are free to go to Panama.
U.S. legislators also told international media that U.S. officials in Nassau confirmed that the video was authentic and removed the, quote, guilty guards.
That no one from the Bahamas government has admitted that there was any abuse of detainees by the Bahamas government. The government has not admitted to the authenticity of the video, which the protesters themselves have admitted is a fake, and make again a distinction between the possible or alleged individual behavior of agents of the state and the state itself. Each individual bears responsibility for their behavior. All we have said is that the allegations made are under investigation, and the chips will fall where they may when the investigation concludes.
275 Haitian migrants were also repatriated to their home country last week. Now, Mitchell said that all illegal migrants apprehended in the Bahamas will be sent back unless they are eligible for asylum.
We do not want a signal to go out to the Cubans who are a potential pool of migrants that all you have to do is reach the Bahamas and then you get into some country by some artifice. That will open the floodgates, and it will be a problem that we cannot contain. So we want to make it clear that the law is going to be enforced on this point. If you come here, you breach the laws unlawfully. If you're not deemed to be eligible for refugee status, you go back to your home country.
Well, the 13-year-old Tasha Metellus, the girl who was reported missing last week, was returned home safely to her family yesterday. Her father reported that she went missing from their Malcolm Road home on Monday. Now, no information yet on where the teenager was for those 6 days, but police say they'll be actively investigating this matter. However, one family is not as lucky. It's been nearly 2 weeks since 17-year-old Cordero Ash left his mother's house off Claridge Road. She hasn't seen him since. As Patrice Ash holds out hope that her son will return, she says each day feels like a year.
It's been so rough. I don't know what to do. I don't know, it's hard not knowing,
It's still a mystery that Patrice Ash is trying to piece together. How her 17-year-old son, Cordero, left home on July 30th to go to the beach with friends and never returned home. Since then, Ash says rumors have been swirling about what actually happened to Cordero and where he may be.
Apparently we heard they were sending each other texts on Thursday. Said that some of his friends were on the beach, like 4 boys and then a few girls, but they're not calling the girl's name. And they went on the beach, maybe to swim or whatever, have fun or what have you. And apparently when they were ready to leave, they didn't see him. So it really doesn't add up, because it doesn't take Cordero 16 days to walk home. So it's so sad to know that he has, disappeared off the planet like that, and nobody knows nothing. Whereas his so-called friends, they're supposed to be friends. You would go having fun together and then turn away and then leave, and like they could have make a complaint, tell the police. That same evening that Cordero's missing, but he took his clothes and wearing it.
Ash says she believes something happened to Cordero, but no one wants to speak out about it. She reported him missing when he didn't return home on the evening of July 30th. Cordero graduated from C.I. Gibson High School this year in what his mother described as a beautiful ceremony. But since he has gone missing, none of his friends have come to her to assist in the search, aside from one parent from the graduating class. Ash says since Cordero has gone missing, she doesn't know up from down. And while she admits something may have been troubling Cordero lately, it couldn't have been bad enough for him to want to run away from home.
You need some closure. And like somebody tell me, don't feed into everything you hear, because you're hearing so many different things going on. You don't know, like, oh my God, But it's so hard. You never know what people feel until you tell the shoe fit your foot. It ain't that bad till you have to go there and, run away. You have no need to run away, because you have a good life here at home. He may not get everything he wanted because you don't get everything you want in life. And I always tell him life doesn't come on a platter. You have to work hard and, to get it.
Ash says Cordero had a job but was recently fired, causing him to become restless at home. She says after graduation, he planned to begin training to become an engineer and get another job to sustain himself in the meantime. Ash says police have indicated they are following leads into Cordero's disappearance. She sent this message out to her son and anyone who may have information into where Cordero may be or what may have happened to him.
Whatever going on in your mind, Cordero, if you're listening, if you're watching this television, Mommy love you, and you know that. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I want the best for you. Your family wants the best for you. Zamara is waiting patiently. She wants to go back to school. She wants to go on with her career. She needs to focus. Please come home. Come home, Cordero. Come home. We love you. We love you. It's nothing too hard for us and God to do together. I'm appealing to the class of 2013, the parents especially. Talk to your kids. All of those kids inside that school, somebody knows something. Talk to your kids. Your kids come at night, mine don't come home. And it's so sad to know that, hey, at the end of the day, what must I do? What must I do? How must we go on? You can't eat, you can't sleep, you need some closure, Talk to your kids. There's somebody that knows something.
Ash says Cordero had a future and he wanted more for himself and his family. Anyone with information into his disappearance is asked to contact police at 919 or the nearest police station. In recent months, we've been hearing more reports of visitors becoming the victims of crime. Tourists rob outside the Atlantis resort, a teenage girl allegedly raped outside of another Paradise Island resort, and a visitor shot and killed during an armed robbery are just some of the stories making the headlines. Well, NB12 sat down with two visitors who have become the latest victims. A couple on holiday was robbed at Goodman's Bay Beach on Thursday. American resident Vernon Grant and his wife Jacqueline Rosenthal Grant were enjoying a day at the beach when someone smashed their rental car window and stole all their belongings.
She said, "The window's broken." I said, "No." I walked around, and sure enough, the passenger side window was broken. Her bag was taken. We had approximately $2,000 value of goods, which included prescription eyeglasses, cash money. They sent me to the police station half naked because I had no clothes.
Now, Mr. Grant said this isn't their first trip to the Bahamas, and his wife fell in love with the country and the people. He said they were having a lovely vacation, but the incident made them look at the country and the people in a different light.
The initial shock was such where you're just like, I don't want to come back to this place anymore. It's terrible. We don't like anybody. All the good experience, you just forget.
It was such a shock. I felt violated and really afraid.
Although he is an American, Grant said he lived in New Providence for a few years in the 70s. He questioned why the government got rid of beach wardens. According to Grant, police presence in tourist areas should be top priority for tourist destinations.
I remember that, they would be like in twos. They would, patrol Long Wharf during the day and maybe some of the other beaches. And the cops, they usually do the patrolling in the evening time. That in and of itself probably prevented a lot of, day crime that goes on today. And for the likes of me, I don't know why they got rid of it. It's like, if you have a good thing and the budget gets short, don't cut the necessity, cut the waste.
In late July, a U.S. Embassy official was robbed at the beach with his family in western New Providence. Now, in the Progressive Liberal Party's Charter for Governance, the party promised to reinvigorate tourism-based policing, which includes beach wardens, and restore it to its prominence to ensure visitor safety. That has yet to happen. Well, last week, Tourism Minister Obi Wilscombe said his ministry intends to implement its own security department. Thankfully, Grant and his wife, who are celebrating their second anniversary, say though they were a bit shaken by the incident, they will return to the Bahamas. Next time, they said, they will be a little more careful. Well, that was a look at some of the top stories making news tonight. Still to come, will F&M senators boycott Parliament again next week? Well, that's the question we put to the leader of opposition business.
Senators are going to sit down and consider seriously what our obligations are nationally.
Stay tuned to hear more from his answer. And the World Championships come to an end for Team Bahamas. We've got the latest after this break.